So, welcome back to the channel, everyone. This video is going to just feature some gameplay and some tips and strategies that I use while I'm grinding some arenas. So as you can see, we're going into the video here, and I'm going to look at since we just on 0 win streak right now, I'm going to wait until I get to 3 win streak in order to start getting the maximum points on the 5-star champion. So I'm just going to start the game here, the grind here with 4-star champions, and this is the first matchup. And I just pull champions in at random from the from the roster. So whoever's on top, I just drag them in, as you'll see, and start the fight. So first we have Green Goblin, and he takes that down really quickly. And as you can see, we are just one-time multiplier there. Second fight, it's with Quake. And when I fight arenas, I fight differently than, and I'm sure that you guys as well fight differently when you in a quest or alliance war. You're a little bit more careful with the fight, pay better attention to what's going on. You could afford to make mistakes on the one-on-one fights because you know it's one fight, and you take a couple hits, you're still able to take down the opponent. So here we have Stark Spidey against the Luke Cage. Again, Spidey is pretty good with utility. You don't even need to build poise charges and stuff when you fight him at this level with just the arena grind. He hits pretty hard, just like I mean, he's just like a freight train. He really hits like a tank, and that SP2 always finishes off a fight. So chugging along here, let's see. We're at multiplier 1 right now. Now it's 1.25, so we're gonna stick with the four stars until we get up to multiplier 3 for maximum points before we bring in the 5 stars. So next on the roster is gonna be we're gonna select the 4 stars here, and we're gonna take the top 4 right into it. I try to get the maximum points on it, and we're going to adjust it so that Corvus takes on that Iron Man at the bottom. And we're going to make sure that Blade does some bleed. So start of the fight, pretty simple, straightforward fight. You just block, bleed, and fire off that special. And that's it, game over. Pretty fast fights. Again, it's only 1.2 multipliers, so these are going to be the easier fights in the game anyway. Highly underrated champ, Iron Man, Infinity War. He's one of my favorite champs in the game. If I was going to do a underrated champ video, he would be one of them on the list. And I'm gonna go over some more underrated champs as we go through this roster. We'll just get to about 200 points, I guess, 200,000 points before we end the video. So here we go, he's out. And again, we're grinding right now for those tier 4 catalyst. So 1.1, I believe it's what, 800,000 points, and then 1.1 million, and then 1.6 million, and then 2, or is it 2 million? Anyway, I forget what it was, but I believe it's 800,000. Oh, is it 1.1? 1.1 million, I'm sure. It was 1.1 million points before you get that tier 4 catalyst. What we got next? We got let's see who's next. We're going to go into, again, selecting 4 stars. We had a 1.5 multiplier there right now. So let's see what we're going to go with. We're going to go with the bottom one, and we're going to, let's see, Nick Fury is going to go at Hulk. Let's take him out. So the Nick Fury fight is pretty much parry, as long as you good with parries, and then do that heavy attack to inflict bleed. And you want to get him up to 7 bleeds before he goes into internal bleed. And there you go, he's in internal bleed now. You just keep parrying and dropping that SP1 to finish the fight at the end. And we didn't get to that point, but he's down. So next highly underestimated champion would be Mephisto. He is really underestimated. In fact, he's my only rank 2 6-star, and the reason I ranked him up, I decided to take him up, is because he has that soul imprisonment at the start of the fight, and when he hits that level SP1, sorry, when he hits that SP1, he keeps you in soul imprisonment and pretty much is able to destroy you with that incinerate. Next highly underestimated champion would be Karnak. I mean, for EVA champions, he's just a complete beast, and his SP2 is very strong. Does a lot of damage. There you go, and his fight is over. So I think what I'll do is I'll make one of those most underrated champs and have that video coming up soon. Next fight we are going with, let's see who's next in line. We just student SP. Let's see, SP. Going to go with the third one, and we're going to just leave them as is, or no, we're gonna do, let's see, yep, give Gwenpool that bleed on a Quake. And again, one of the top 13 champs that we did in that first video, or the second video that we did. Gwenpool, excellent at bleed, can easily tank a SP3 once she's awakened. Nice champ to have on the roster. This boy just got nerfed. Have no idea why Kabam would make you grind for champs. Some people actually pay for these champs and then have them nerfed. Makes no sense to me, but that's the game. And again, she's Phoenix is gonna survive at the end, I believe. There you go, and then simple parry, and she's out. Next highly underrated champ, Thor Ragnarok. The guy is an absolute beast, and when he takes a little while to ramp up to his SP3, but pretty much his SP2 does a lot of damage and could take you out of the fight, as we could see. Let's see if I could get it off here. Boom, and that's it. Told you, he's highly underestimated, and he has some pretty cool synergies with some of the top champs in the game. And while we speaking on the game, you see a lot of videos with god tier champions and beyond god tier, and let me my opinion on the entire game is every champion is pretty good. There's no bad champions, bad players maybe, but not bad champions. And some of these champions just take time to work with and to get practice on how to use them. So I don't believe in a tier list per se, because every champion has some specific use. Are there stronger champions than others? Of course there are. But god tier, well, everyone could fit in a category. There are tons of champions that could be considered god tier if you would have a tier list. But next highly underestimated champion Punisher 2099. You drop his SP1 and he also tanks there or prevents them from getting to SP3, because as long as he has what is it, 50 on that nanotech stuff that he drops on them, there's no way that they're going to fire off their level 3. Ghost Rider, one of the top 13 that I mentioned in the second video. Again, light, medium attacks, bleeds the opponent, drop the special one to fate seal them, and his heavies with the gives him that rejuvenation, that is just regeneration, that is very is one of the best in the game. Now here we have Korg, and Korg is a very troublesome champion to fight when he's on defense, and you just got to remember to hit him with those light attacks until you get his rock stack down, and once that's down, then you could just lay waste to him. But he's very, very good at attack as well. Doesn't hit that hard, takes a little bit of effort and a little bit longer fight. He's not one of the hardest hitting champs in the game, but he gets the job done. He can take a hit, so he has a lot of durability. Who's next and how many points? Okay, we're just over 107,000 points. We'll take it up to about 2. Now we're on level 3, multiplier 3, so I'm going to go in with the 5 stars. This way we maximize the points. I wouldn't waste the 5 stars on 1 and 2 multipliers, but I'm gonna do it at 3. So here are the big boys coming into play now, and girls. We have Hyperion, Nick Fury, and Medusa. Let's put the Medusa up against that Iceman to break him down. And here we go. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Parry. Some light and medium attacks to break him down. You're gonna dexterity that special one, and then we're gonna just take this dude out. Next dexterity, nice evade, take no damage, and Iceman is down. Medusa hits like a freight train. And speaking about freight trains, my boy Hyperion is an absolute killer. So with Hyperion, you just use some heavies, you build up your crit damage, and he takes you out. Well, those incinerates, that SP1 does the job as well. So Nick Fury, another bleed master in the game. Well, I wasted that heavy because Korg is really bleed immune. But as you can see, parry, go in with the light attacks, bring that rock stack down. He's gonna do the level 3. I pushed him to a level 3 anyway because I know Nick Fury has that second life anyway. Wait for it. I built him up to 3. Drop this on him. Would it do a lot of damage? I guess not, because of that rock stack. So Korg is very durable in a fight. But here's the real Nick Fury, and he hits like a tank. A lot of parrying, and we should get this Korg down right now. Boom. And that fight's done. Okay, over 200,000 points. I think we should, that's probably, let's see if we could do one or maybe 2 more fights, and we'll end this this demo video. So let's see who's next. Here you go, 3 nice champs. We got stock Spidey. Let's well, I try to avoid Omega Red sometimes because he's a pain in the butt sometimes with those spores. But let's see, Spidey. I'm gonna put up Karnak against SpiderMan, and I'm probably gonna get wrecked anyway because of that stocks skilled SpiderMan. Okay, let's see here. Awakened Voodoo. Next highly, well, he was not underrated, he was highly rated a couple of years ago, and then he lost some value. Fewer and fewer people play with him. But I'm telling you, man, he blocks like he really takes no damage on that block. And you get him to his SP2, you power drain the opponent, and then you just lay into them and drop that special one. So SP2, build to SP2, then drop that SP1 afterwards. And here we go. Ghost, everyone's god tier champion, as they say, but that's only for attack. She is just a wimp when it comes to defense. Anyone could pretty much take her out, so that's why I wouldn't say that she's one of my favorite champs. She's also a little bit more difficult to use on attack, but once you get a hang of her, she's pretty good. But Karnak, again, highly underrated. He could hit those evades. There you could see, perfect unfazed. He goes unstoppable because of that evade from SpiderMan. And now let's see, because this is a gaming video, if you take your eye off the prize and you make a couple of mistakes with this and get wrecked, it's not the end of the day, because you still keep that 3 tier multiplier for winning 2 out of 3 fights. So even if you lose 1 fight, you still keep those points. So here we bring in down Spidey all the way down to the bottom. He's gonna wreck me here. Boom. See, took my eyes off of the price and I'm done. But I'm still at tier 3. And I think that's gonna do it for this little demo. Hope you got a little tip and gameplay advice, and hopefully we all do better when it comes to grinding these arenas. So guys, that's it for today. See you next time.
Champs, don't forget to work less, play more, and enjoy life. Have a fantastic day.